Alright, here is another 3A review, and this is the T.O.T.E.M Thug Pugillo, the Alpha Contact. You can see he's silver. This is the 1/6 scale version, which instead of being the 10 inches that the previous releases were, he is actually a full, you can see that in there, full 16 inches to the top of his head. I'll lift this up just a little bit. So yeah, he's 16 inches tall. Very big, very massive. A lot of fun though, not super heavy, so you can get some good poses out of him. Now, I would like 3A. I got interested in 3A stuff in TFCon 2011. Vangelis actually showed me. I think he had a Caesar, or and what did he have? He had I think it was a Caesar. It could have been a birdie, but he had a 3A bot there. And it was quite cool, and I almost bought a heavy bramble down in the dealer room, but I had no way of getting it home, and because it came in a much larger box than I expected, and I just had no room in my luggage. I wanted to get like the Apple Caesar back in the day, and I missed out on that, and just never got around to doing it. But it's founded by Ashley Wood. This robot is designed by Ashley Wood, and Ashley Wood was. I got introduced to him on Ghost Rider 2099, which was a really cool comic. I have a long box that is literally nothing but all of the 2099 books from back in the day. Spider-Man, Doom, and Ghost Rider were my favorites. But he came on halfway through it. He had a real kind of Jay Lee-esque style, kind of inky is how I describe it, but a cool style that fit the book, and now he's designing a lot of these robots. They do stuff like the Dark of the Moon, Optimus and Starscream and things like that, but then he also has this custom design line of really cool looking robots. So let's get to this guy. Now on the 10-inch versions, you could put some batteries in it by pulling this upper headpiece off. On this robot, the panel on the back comes off. It's supposed to be 3 A1 batteries. I happen to have 2 in my little gun from the Valkyrie. I had the Robotech Super Deformed VF1S that I shot a while back, and 2 will work. It will get the eyes to light up. I don't know how well that's showing up, but the eyes up here in the head as well as down here in the chest light up. Here, actually, you know what, I might be able to, maybe if I just turn that off, they'll show up. Well, hold on, let's see how many lights I need to turn off to show off how these glow. There you go. So you can see them glowing there with no light on, although that's much darker than it actually is in this room. But yeah, those lights show up. Go ahead, and then you just snap the, I turn them off for the purpose of the review, but just snap the plate back on. And what's cool here is on the back, he's actually got some little vents that open up. And there's some nice sculpted turbines in there, which is really cool. But outside of that, really posable. Like his head doesn't turn because it's kind of molded in. I'm not sure whether this is supposed to be the main head or this is the main face down here. But either way, a really cool robot. And the shoulders are on ball joints. They move up and down, side to side there. You got a bicep swivel, ratcheting elbows. He does have a waist swivel, ratcheting hips, ratcheting knees, ball joints at the feet, and then the toes themselves move. So you can get him in a lot of crazy poses. And if you looked at my Twitter, I put him in a lot of really random poses. What really is amazing, I think he's got 42 points of articulation, 47, something insane like that. But a lot of that is right here in the hands. The hands are on a kind of hinge joint inside the wrist and a ball joint in the hand. But the fingers are just so long and expressive. If you want to have him waving to you like that, it's just a really cool. It's a lovely design. These are for pre-order. The 1/6 scale ones are going to be coming out soon. I think early next year is when they're due out. The 10-inch versions have been out, and there's a 10-inch version. There's the Psychic Defense, which looks like it's glow-in-the-dark plastic, and I don't think that the plastic itself is, but when you turn on the lights, it kind of glows through it. It's like a really neat design, so I'm trying to hunt one of those down. But yeah, Like, just really cool. Like, I just love just the sheer amount of movement you can get out of the fingers. You can shoot webs like Spider-Man or rock out, however you, depending on how you have the hand positioned. You can, like I said, I had him standing on one foot at one point. Want to have him doing something crazy like that. I mean, just look at how posable and expressive that is. It's just a really neat toy. And on his chest here, it says T.O.T.E.M Alpha Contact. And if you turn him around here, right above his back, it says Stars Are Calling, Good Night, Darling, down here on the lower half. But just, you know, some neat hinges. It looks like a kind of 50s sci-fi superbot. And I really, really dig it. So yeah, it kind of showed up. I've done the Transformer stuff. This one showed up in the mail the other day, kind of by surprise. And the more I started messing with it, I'm like, I gotta hunt one of these down for myself. So I may end up getting this one when it comes out at retail. This 16-inch one. There's definitely that Psychic Defense one. I'm definitely gonna have to hunt down somewhere because I love the look of it. But really, really fun, really neat. There is the T.O.T.E.M Alpha Contact from 3A. Alright, I also wanted to do some close-ups of some of the detail. You can see there's some really nice weathering all around here on the edges. Nothing super extreme, it's subtle, but it's really nicely done around the eyes here. There's the T.O.T.E.M Alpha Contact. He does have the alpha symbol there on his arm. And again, these hands are just super gorgeous. They've got the individual joints there at all the knuckles. If you look at the palm of the hand, everything down here is on a ball joint inside the fingers. So you can really get a lot of really awesome poses. You can go and get a cool pointing pose. Like even the curvature of the thumb looks just kind of natural. And the curve of the finger. Some really awesome stuff going on, like even just in the hands. The hands are probably the most expressive part of him, but really cool. Like I said, there's a double joint at the shoulder, a ball joint in there, and a ball joint up in here. So you've got some good range of motion, the swivel, some nice kind of copperish wear detail on like the ball joints and in the at the hips and the in the elbows. It's not present, you know, down in the knees. And then again, here's the detail on the back. If you want to see those turbines, just kind of lift these up, and there's some really nice rusted, weathered turbines sitting inside his backpack. Let's see if I can. There we go. These little flaps that are posable. And then, of course, there's the Stars Are Calling, Good Night, Darling there on his back. This little button down here. Turbines on the other side. And that kind of stuff here. But yeah, all in all, just a really nicely done, very expressive, very cool looking figure. He's like kind of Iron Giant-ish. Some of the other colors don't look, I'm sure part of that is just the silver. But he just looks big and friendly and really cool. Big old feet down here. Posable toes here. Just really, really nicely done.